Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, it's early. I know, but we got to do what we got to do, right? When you want to do something, you find time. So this was the time I had time. Okay. Erica, the birthday girl, her birthday passed, everybody. But if you had not wished Erica a very happy birthday, wish her a happy birthday. Was your birthday on Valentine's Day? Exactly, Erica. I know it was this weekend, so it could have been Monday, but it was definitely this weekend. So, guys, if you have not wished sis a happy birthday, the beautiful Erica, please make sure to wish her a happy birthday. Debo, or Debo, good morning. Mary Blue, good morning, hun. Good morning, hun. Latoy, hi, baby. How are you? Hi, Taishri. Girl, good morning. Girl, I was watching your video last night. I shared it on my community post. Y'all, Taishri stepped out of the box and gave us a very kind of special cabaret type show, and it was super duper entertaining and fun. And if you have not seen it, it has been shared on my community posts. So go check out Miss Lovely and Gorgeous Taishri. Okay. All right. Miss OKC, hi baby. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Pineapples, hi boo. Good morning. Camo and Bows, how's the family? I hope everyone's doing well, following doctor's orders, staying hydrated, and out the way. Okay. Once upon a twin mom life. Good morning, hun. Good morning, kitten zombie. Buenos dias. Yes, and it was queso blanco. Yes. Yesterday I went to Sam's and got some salsa con queso. Okay. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Which is basically like Girl Rotel. Okay. But salsa con queso, if you want to say it right. All right. NCA&T. Yes. Good morning, Ketcha. Good morning, Victoria. Good morning. See if I'm forgetting anybody. I think I got everyone so far this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the bushes, guys. Good morning, Pon de Replay, guys. Not last night. So what was last night? Wednesday night, Tuesday night. I was folding clothes. Okay, it's folding clothes, minding my business. I was in my bedroom, and I happened to notice Muffins is My Lover went live, and I was like, "Hey, girl, hey!" I dropped in. She's so sweet, and I just love her, right? And I wasn't thinking about anything. And then she was like, "Oh, we're getting ready to read our question. And oh, Fran, you're here. Okay, great. I wanted you to help me answer this question, and here you are." And I was like, "I'm not dressed." I'm not anything right now, but folding some clothes. But I was like, and we had talked about it once upon a time that I would come on her panel, but I did not know it was going to be on Tuesday. But I definitely obliged. She is a sweetheart. She is an OG on YouTube, definitely in this mommy community, the wig community. She is a doll. She's absolutely gorgeous, and I love her. And she invited me up to her panel. So I wanted to not even just so much react, maybe react a little bit, because you know how we do. I didn't really get a chance to see the chat while we were talking. However, so she started live streaming recently. So if you didn't know that Miss Muffins, or really it's not Miss Muffins, it's Muffin, live streams now. She's been live streaming for a good while. And she's killing it. She's killing it. And I think she just does it once a week. And that's usually when it's showing up in my timeline, when I'm like, oh, she dropped something in the evening. And anyway, I wanted to talk. I thought it was a great topic. So I'm going to cut in here and there. But really, I just wanted to replay. And if any of you guys do not know Muffin, she's fabulous. And she's somewhat of a kindred spirit to me. Like, for some reason, I feel like we know each other. So yeah, she's pretty awesome, guys. So if you don't know her, meet Muffin, not there, obviously talking to the hand, but I wanted you to see her channel. And let's kind of scroll on down. Let's see if you can see her right here. So she's let's just jump to where I know, because I was actually folding clothes. Is this when I come in? This is right before I come in. Okay. So I hadn't even had a chance to really see what the comments were. It was interesting. It was a great letter. And we had a chance to talk for about 45 minutes. So get your coffee, get your breakfast, put your headphones on, and I'm gonna break through in between. But yeah, if you hadn't had a chance to go over to Ms. Muffins is My Lovers, but her actual name is Muffin. She is, well, her real name is everyone calls her April, obviously. But yes, over here on this YouTube, it's Muffin. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Anyone else who's coming in, hit the like button, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so happy you're here. I hadn't had a chance. Muffin, good morning. So if you're seeing this, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to react a little bit to you and I on this internet discussing a topic. Okay, so let's go ahead.
That's a lot of motherfucking kids at that age. God damn. She was 23. So she got a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. She was 23. How old was she when she had her first?
Oh, she just read the letter, but she's going to read it again.
Let me do the math. Okay. 23, take away 6. Okay. She was 17. Here go my girlfriend. What's up, Franny friend?
Hey, how are you? Let me just did this. Okay. I'm trying to make sure how I can hear you. I don't want to. I don't want it to duplicate the sound.
Okay.
Is this going to create? Is that creating double sound?
No.
It's good. Okay. Okay. How are you? I'm not used to being on anyone else's channel. Like, it's very rare that I get to come on. Like, the people actually invite me onto their platform. So thank you so much. I was folding clothes.
But you know, I love you though.
Oh,
so,
you know, you feel like family. You remind me of my. I've told you this the first time we talked. You remind me of my husband's family, and I love them. They're from Long Island. I'm from New Jersey, and you remind me of like a younger version of one of my husband's aunts. And
you told me.
You feel like family to me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're so sweet. I love all the nicknames too. Pancake, Princess, Muffin. What are your daughter's names again?
Mumsy.
Oh, Mumsy.
Her real name
So
is
cute.
Yeah.
So Long Island. You are Long Island to the T. I love it.
Yeah. Hey.
So yeah, that was an interesting. Do you want to read it one more time? Can you read it one more time?
Yes, I can. Ready?
Yes.
Hold on. All right. Let's see. This is when I gotta go like this. Is y'all know I'm look. I'm getting old. I gotta go like this.
Girl, it's okay. We're here. That's the most important thing. We are here.
I gotta find my glasses. Let's see. Hey April, hey ladies, I have a huge question and I'm sure you all can relate and give your honest opinion. So I want to know, how many kids is too much? How many kids is enough? When would you stop having kids if you were in your early mid-20s?
Okay, so it's a couple of questions in here. So Muffin is getting ready. Welcome to everyone coming in. Hit the like button. Good morning. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning. I think I saw Miss Blue. Good morning, everyone coming in. Hit the like button. So there's a person who wrote in. I'm assuming they're a frequent flyer over there on her channel because they were aware that she reads letters. Her channel is Ms. Muffin. If you just type in Muffin is my lovers, MUFFINISMYLOVERS, you will pull her up. Just start typing muffins. Muffin is my lovers. Okay. And she actually tells the story of Muffin and lovers if you slide the bar back. So I definitely recommend watching the whole thing. But we're going to talk about this segment real quick. And then definitely please go check her out. Tell her you're BougieGang Gang up in this thing so she knows BougieGang is coming through to show her some love. So someone wrote a letter and they're asking when is enough with having children at a young age in your 20s. But she further goes on to kind of open the door to, in my opinion, some sibling drama. So let's go ahead and listen to the letter and hear my response, and maybe we'll talk about it a little bit, okay?
I asked because my sister is 23 and she is on her fourth child. She has two different fathers and is not with either one of them. She lives with our mother and is on social services welfare. The kids are the ages of 6, 4, 2, and she has one on the way, which is due in June. So basically, she just told us she was expecting child number 4. What I'm trying to figure out is, when are you going to stop? You live with our mother, and those kids, I'm sorry for saying this, are annoying as fuck. They seem like a bunch of wild animals with no home training. I barely want to go to my mom's because of the kids. And all my mother does is stay in her room away from all of them. My mother works 2 jobs supporting my sister and her damn kids. And my sister thinks it's okay because she will cook and clean and run errands.
Girl, it's like this letter. Do y'all have a YouTube channel? Because this sounds like every other channel on the YouTube street. So it's like, damn.
But who cares about all of that when you need to get it together and live on your own? I don't have but one child, and I'm 31 years old, and my daughter is 8 and is a quiet child whom is very respectful.
And shouts out to Ms. T. Lou. She actually is a mod over there at Miss Muffins, and Ms. T. Lou frequents over here at BougieGang. She's a sweetheart. You see her in the chat over there. She's just an awesome mod. And you guys see her in the chat over here. She's a sweetheart. So shouts out to her, Miss T. Lou on Miss Muffin's Mod Squad.
I am no longer with her father, but I wouldn't even think of having any more children after seeing the chaos at my mother's house. I understand if this is a touchy subject for you, as I know you are going through something with your own child, but I really need your advice.
Okay, so the letter is coming from a lady who is 31, has one kid. Her sister is 23 and getting ready to have her fourth kid. So she's got three, pregnant with one. The younger sister lives with the mama. Mom is basically hiding in her bedroom because she wants no parts of it. And sis sounds mad because her sister keeps having babies and she's staying over at the mom's house and doesn't think it's fair. And but start out the question was, when is enough enough? When should you be done? All of those things. And really, to me, it just sounds like a little bit of sibling rivalry. But let's get into the answer. And we had a great conversation, so I'm gonna try to butt in minimally from here on. But you know how we do, and I'm gonna bubble up your comments. I'll be watching. That is, girl, that's we already know the answer to the question. I mean, she's 23. She's got four kids, two baby fathers, and she doesn't even have her own place. So, like, where do we start? 23, four kids. I mean, look, just from the aspect of 23, if you want a future with a decent man, and I'm just saying decent, like better than a bum, he is not going to take on two other probably dusty men's kids. That's not likely. So you're going to end up with another bum. And, it's just like you putting yourself into a certain lifestyle. It's really hard. I'm going to be honest. I have, I don't want to say, I know I have someone who's in close relation, who is now 40. She's beautiful. She had 5 kids very early, and she worked extremely hard to not be on the system, to pay her own way, to take care of her children. Did she date bums? She absolutely did, but she had to work extremely hard to get herself out of the situation she was in. And I can't say she's still not dating Dusties, but she made it. Her youngest is finally graduating from high school, and but she had babies early. I think she had all 5 before she was 25 years old, and now she's like in her 40s, her early 40s. So it's hard. It's hard. I would be very concerned. I would try to get my sister some sort of counseling as to why she thinks this is the right way. But the older sister who wrote you the letter needs to kind of, and I'm going to say this, and people who know me might be like, what, Fran, you're saying that? Get off her high horse, because that is your sister. Clearly there's something going on, but at the end of the day, that's your sister. Those are your nieces. Those are your nephews. And obviously there's a problem there. Instead of trying to judge her, I'm saying as a sister, see, I'm just an outsider, so I can say what I want. But as a sister, you need to help her and stop being mad. And mom needs to put her big girl pants on and say, look, you got a year, you got 2 years. I'm going to help you. Let's go apply for some assistance. You know what I'm saying? Like, get her up out of there. Get her on the Section 8 list. Get her some CCRI. Get her some benefits, and get her on the system, rather than mommy's potential retirement. Because the oldest sister's 30. Let's say mom's 50. So I know Muffins, I think I'm older than you. I'm 51 and I have a 10-year-old. That's my one kid. I didn't have a kid until I turned 40.
Only a couple
So
years.
I know you're a grandma. You know what I'm saying? We live 2 different lives, but at the end of the day, 50, this lady's got 2 kids. She got a bunch of grandchildren. She may not want all this. I mean, I was watching you like a week or so ago. You were going through it. I can only imagine getting to a point where your kids are grown and then you got them now dropping off theirs. It's like, now come on,
Right.
that's not right.
It's
I
not.
I did my best so you could do at least what I did. You know, I
Yep.
can't only imagine. I hope to God that I don't. Hey guys, sorry. So yeah, every like what do you guys think about that? Like we all try our best so that our kids don't have to go through the pain and the trauma and the dumb stuff. So that we can rear them a certain type of way so they don't have to make the lefts when they're supposed to be making rights. And also just the fact of I went through this so you don't have to. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you this is not the right thing to do because I know. But I mean, you know, we all know this that there are going to be some of your kids that just want to put their hands in everything. They need to feel everything. They want to experience everything. They want to see everything. And I guess as a parent, there's really no saving them when you have a kid that's either hard headed or willful that really at the end of the day is just going to do what they want to do. So it's interesting, right? Um but yeah, you know, I wanted to not give my love lies and you know, I mean, this was my I'm in my bedroom folding clothes and I'm giving my perspective as a sister. Number one, I would never have written a letter about my sister into like a radio show or call in you know, streaming program because I would have known what to do, and that was to get up in her face and to help her and to let her, you know, like, girl, what's really going on here, you know, um, and try to figure things out with her and try to help her. So it's interesting, but yeah, let's just keep going. Don't have to go through that. But they need to start the tough love now, and the tough love isn't really tough love. I think it's get her together and let her like don't be comfortable up in here. Like I would make it as uncomfortable as possible for her, the adult, and you know, take care of the kids, but I would not make it comfortable. I would make
I've
her
heard
know
that.
that it's time to you need to get yourself together. If you're not going to get a job or go to school, then you need to get up on these benefits and get up out my house. And let her have as many babies as she wants. I mean, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to if that's what you want to do and have a whole bunch of babies, let her, you know?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, you know, I do a lot of commentary on some of these mommies on on YouTube. So maybe everyone
Well, you
doesn't know my
know.
channel. And Pineapple's the girl's 23 and she's getting ready to have her fourth kid. Birth control, I don't know. I don't know if mom talked to her about Mirena. I don't know if she talked to her about the pill. I mean, who doesn't know about birth control? The schools teach all the kids birth control information. I think starting what 10th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, like all through high school, they talk to you about birth control, condoms, all of those things. Do they have an issue with using birth control? She's 23. She's young, clearly not bright. And I don't mean, you know, she could have been an A student, but in terms of her body and what she wants to do with it, she's acting obviously very irresponsibly, especially as it's not like she's a young woman who got married at 18 or 19 and has a partner in life. She is a young woman who started having kids at 17 years old, and mom has opened the door and allowed her to live in her home birthing children. Does that sound like someone that we know, just to be honest? I mean, didn't Strong Mommy Chrissy get started out the exact same way? And it took her till almost 30 years old to have some epiphanies about what she was actually doing with her body and her life. So this is not new terrain. This is not a new story. There's a lot of people who look for love in the bedroom, period. They look for love in having a baby and thinking, that there's a lot of young guys out here that want you to have his baby, and you do, and then it gets real, and they scram, or they go to college, or they get back with the girl that they feel like they were meant to be with, or whatever the case might be, and you get left holding the bag, which is the baby. That maybe you thought was going to create a family. My question later is, what was going on with the family dynamic here, that homegirl, the young one, was looking for love in her uterus and having all of these babies. So it's a really interesting question, but honestly, it's very YouTube, okay, very YouTube streets, because we know Chrissy lived with her mom for a very long time, up until I think she had the twins. So she was 5 kids in with her mom. Now, I don't know if she lived with, I don't know prior to that. Was she living alone? Did she have her own place? But I remember her getting ready to have the twins, and had the twins, and then moved in with the guy, I guess Cash's dad. That's kind of when I picked up, um, maybe soon after that, but I started watching episodes from her going to take the paternity test with Cash's dad, and then moving on to DeMarcus. And I kind of entered into the DeMarcus years of Strong Mommy Chrissy. But, and Chrissy's been very open about looking for love and not making some right decisions. So I think, number one, this 23-year-old, she's not mature yet. She might be mature in some ways. She's a mother, and let's be honest, guys, some people have the calling early to be a mother, and there's really nothing wrong with that, but she's going about it the wrong way. Rather than allowing God to give you the family that he promised you and make good on his promises, she's this person in this letter is taking it into her own hands and creating her own family, which is going to be it's going to be a lot of work for her. So, there's nothing wrong with being a mother. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely not. Most of us are mommies here, and it's a calling. It's a divine position, being a creator of life and raising a child. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, this woman who is 23 years old, who's about to have her fourth child, doesn't seem to have the awareness that it's not her mother's responsibility to continue to raise her as a 23-year-old who's got 4 children. And that's where you open yourself to scrutiny, because at this point, homegirl, you're having 4, you should be decorating, or setting up the baby's space, whether it's in your bedroom, in your 2-bedroom apartment with all those children, or somewhere with your man, whoever gave you that baby that you got in your belly, somewhere doing something starting at 17 years old, girl. So my thing is this, like, I've watched Strong Mommy Chrissy for a long time, and I like Chrissy. I think as a woman, I think she
Me
looks like
too.
a very sweet person. She's
She do.
probably a great friend, and
She
she's
do.
talked about her journey of motherhood. And I respect it that she knows that based on today, she probably wouldn't have done the same things.
Right.
However, me, as being a woman who had her first baby at 40, it was a different judgment I had 3 years ago from the judgment I would have today, in terms of, if someone makes a decision to have a big family on their own, they are really choosing a very hard path. But I'm not going to say don't do it. I'd never tell a woman not to have her children. If you want to have 10
Right.
babies, girl, go for it. Just
Right.
understand, if you're going to do it alone, do it with multiple fathers, you better be rich. Like Rihanna, she could go have 12 babies if she wants. She's got
I want to be
her
one of them.
own.
Shoot.
Okay, she's got lots of money. But I would never tell a woman not to have her babies, but just to understand you're choosing a hard path. You know what I'm saying? Like, be gentle on yourself. But if that's what you want to do, you want to work harder, not smarter, go right
That's
on
right.
ahead. Go right on ahead. Like, I don't, I'm one of 5 kids. So me and my husband, we both grew up one of 5 kids. And
Wow.
it just turned out, we only had one. But sis needs to stop having all these babies, because you're not gonna find comfort. Whatever she's lacking, whatever mom didn't provide, let's say daddy wasn't there, daddy was a disappointment, you're looking for love in these men that you think are going to come through. They're not going to come through. You got to come through. You got to come through for yourself.
Yep.
And when you do that, you're going to find that the love that you're looking for isn't, you can't use these children to give you the love that you're lacking, because it's not fair to them. It's not fair. Because the love that we want as women, of course, we're going to get some of it through our children, but the love that
Right.
you want from a man is never going to be supplied to you through your children. It's not
That's
the same
right.
love.
It's
It's
not right.
unconditional love, but it's not the same love that a woman needs.
That's
It's
right.
it's a different kind of love, although it's, you know, it's the same but different, right?
Right.
So I don't know. Hey Coco, thanks for sharing. So Coco is saying I had 3 by 24, of which were twins by the same guy. Didn't live at home, so she was living a grown. She was having a grown woman experience by being a mom of 3, having twins. She had one dad for her 3. She was not living at home, so clearly she was living on her own or living with her boyfriend. Now they all are in college and about to graduate. The mom who has to set the pace of her home and her expectations. Yeah, she doesn't have to tell her what to do with her body, because clearly homegirl's 23, probably getting ready to be 24 years old this year. And at the end of the day, she can give her some guidelines as to what she should be doing and kind of stop. Hey, you need to stop, you need to slow down, you need to something. But at the end of the day, the guideline should be, don't bring one more child into this house, because I promise you that is when you will be moving out. Or, daughter, I love you, but because I love you, you've got 1 year. You've got 1 year to get up out of here. I need for you to start saving your money. I need for you to go apply for your benefits. I need you to handle this business, because this is not how I plan to divide up my resources at this age, raising 2 daughters and expecting you guys to, you know, do your best and live your own life. I didn't expect to support you and your 4 kids. So yeah, mom needs to set the pace, set the expectation, because you can't be held up prisoner in your own home and then play like you're the victim when you're allowing and continue to open the door and probably buy car seats and layettes and you know, damn pack and plays and come here, mama, come to mama, or let the baby sleep up in your bed. I mean, who knows what's going on over there? But at the end of the day, Miss 23 needs to know it's time to stop. No, what do you think?
Well, you know, I have 5 kids, but I, thank God I only had at the age of 23, I had 2. And to be honest, I never even liked kids. I never wanted kids. I didn't like kids.
They're a pain in the
They
butt, aren't
are. They
they? It's
cost
like,
too much
girl,
money. Okay,
girl.
they
It's like,
cost
if you
a
didn't
lot.
look just like me, I would not even want, like, girl.
Right. Like, you lucky I pushed you out, because if I didn't, I
Right.
would really push you out the door.
Okay.
But I think like you said, she's gonna have to work harder. And like, it's sad that men don't want to be bothered with women that have a lot of children. The ones that do seem like the men that want to be bothered with the women that have a lot of children. Sometimes it seems like those are the men that need a place to stay. Those are not the ones you
Dusties,
really want.
yeah.
The busties, right?
Hobos.
The dust busters. And unfortunately, I guess I had a couple of those, and I'll be the first to say that shit, because I'm gonna be real. My kids' fathers, they are dust busters. Okay, every last one of them is a bum.
But
Is a
I'm
dust
sure, look at
buster.
you now. You are gorgeous.
But
I can
but I
only
had to
imagine.
work hard though.
I've
I
never
had to
seen the
work hard.
pictures of you 25 years ago, but I'm sure you're stunning. So you had
Well,
pretty girl problems. You probably didn't have a problem finding a man.
but I was
And
always choosing the dust busters. My problem was I liked the what do you call those? What was it called? The thugs. I liked
girl,
those.
yes, a bad
And
boy.
yes, I love them. And they had to have like a record for me to be attracted. Like
Hmm.
seriously,
A
if he
little
had a jail record,
dangerous.
I was into him. Okay.
Hmm.
And that's what
Yeah.
my problem was. And now when I see that, it's like, yo, if you don't have the only record that I'm gonna deal with is if you got a record like with Dr. Dre or some shit nowadays. Other
Girl,
than
a
that,
credit
please.
report.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Ira.
not with it. I'm
Yes.
not. But it's like you said, I had to work harder because I have these kids and I got a bunch of dustbusters that for baby fathers. So
Mhm.
the more kids you have, it's unfortunate, but you sometimes attract the ones that really ain't about shit, you know.
So what do you think did you ever feel like you made a pivot? Was there a point in your life where you felt like you pivoted like, "Okay, what have I been doing?" Did you just look in the
Yeah.
mirror one day and just realize like, "I'm a bad bitch." Like,
I you know when I
what
realized
have
that,
I been
Fran,
doing?
I think it was kind of like too late. It was when I was done and tired of my ex-husband the first time.
Mhm.
And he was a dust buster when I met him. And I made him into I tried to make him into something. And it just felt like I think I finally got tired of him when he stole my ATM card. And then that's when I was like,
Girl,
yeah, I was like, I don't need you. Look at you. Your teeth is jacked up. You got a big ass forehead. You got a record that you're drunk. Like I could do better. And that's when I realized and I moved here. But
that you
my
were like
dumb ass
reaching. You were
yeah,
out here reaching. You were like trying to Kitten Zombie is a mess. She says she has a sister like that and she waits for parole day. Wow. Oh, I didn't love you. Says she didn't want kids, but she has two and she loves them. Guys, Coco is following up with now I have five. So she had three initially, a set of twins and a boo boo. And but now she has five, but you have to want more for your own life. Yeah, I know someone very, very well who's a mommy of five. She's 43, I think, 43. And she had to work super duper 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 hard to make a way out of no way because she dug herself in deep with five children before 25 and she made it out. She made it out and God bless, and I saw the journey and I got the phone calls and all of those things, the bad boys, the everything. And it was a lot. It was a lot, but she did it on her own. She really did. So yes, that's what happens when you deal with a dusty. Steal your ATM card. Okay. Let's keep going, guys. We got about like 20 more minutes. You were like trying. That's what, when I hear that song, she's a runner, she's a track star. That song to me, when I hear that, to me, that sounds like a woman who has to try really, really, like she's working overtime. She is
yeah,
doing everything to make it work.
yeah.
And to me, for the right guy, they are going to lay out the red carpet for you. And
Right.
I don't know what it is. Me personally, I chose the path of being alone. I was never lonely. I would date and stuff like
That's the
that, but
best
I
thing
chose
though.
the path of like work. I was like a corporate person. I was like so focused on my job. Guys, I would meet a guy and they would be like, You're a working girl. You're a corporate girl. You're busy. You don't have time for me."
That's good
Stuff like
though.
that. So it was like the soft kind of put down to I don't know whether they wanted someone to be up in their ass or whatever, but I guess I was just too busy, too focused, too much my cell phone or, back then my beeper going off.
I remember those
Because
days.
I had one of those jobs where I was like always on call. I used to work for a staffing agency and I was a branch manager and I had people working on 3 shifts and I used to get calls all the time. And, but that kept me out of trouble. That kind of kept me out of, where I probably could have been, which was laid up somewhere, which I didn't end up doing that. So but I had friends who that was, a couple who that was their journey, and then other friends like me who didn't have babies until like their late 30s, early 40s, until it was time to really settle down.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I watch these mommies on YouTube and I know sometimes people feel like I'm being harsh, but
You're
it's
just being
unfortunate.
truthful. It's truthful.
Some of these moms don't have a mom like you to be able to say, you know what, been there, done that. You don't want to do this. I've already done it
Right.
for you. So let's just go ahead. Like you're not here to be like me. You're here to be a better version of me.
Right.
You know
That's
what
what I
I'm
say between
saying?
the
Like
lines.
I think some of these people's moms are just kind of like, well, okay, let's girl pull up. You know, is
Nah.
like
Mm-mm.
like Liv from Liv's life. Her mom will be like, Olivia will be talking about a guy, and her mom will be like, was he cute?
What are they, like sisters? They act like they're like
I
sisters. You know
don't
what I'm
get it.
saying?
I don't
I don't
get it.
either.
I
It's
don't
oh,
get
it's just
it. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys remember that time that Olivia was talking about someone that she saw in a parking lot or something? Something weird, and her mom was in range, and her mom said, was he cute? And I was thinking to myself, Stella, slow your hot behind down. You are the reason why Olivia is in this situation that she's in right now. I mean, the fact that this girl thought that it was okay to do all of the antics of the last 10 years and you never seemed to advise her on anything. Olivia has been running around using her box as a weapon for a decade, okay? In between meeting Gerard, before she met Gerard, after Gerard, running around, he's cheating, she's cheating, he's cheating, she's cheating, I'm gonna get back, you're gonna get back. I mean, a mess. And then you've got 3 children caught up in that, and nobody wants to grow up. And then finally, when Gerard's like, you know what, let me separate myself from this cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs dim-witted broad, and goes to live his life. Now the bitch is mad. She's mad and fucking salty as hell, and still wants to play who can I give my box to games when she's probably sitting around pregnant for damn hobo mans. Like, girl, grow the fuck up. What's wrong with you? But you got a whole mother over there asking you, is he cute? Stella, go sit your homeless, older than middle age ass down somewhere and learn how to be a proper grandmother, and don't give two shits about who's cute and not cute. Your daughter has a whole lot of focusing that she needs to get through to get her children back up under her roof, because there is nothing sexy, nothing cute about a mother who's had her children reassigned to their father's house with his girlfriend, and you're standing around looking stupid. You're a mother of 4 and you don't have your kids, and Casper all of a sudden is enlisting in the services. Girl, as a high-ranking police officer, if the man's over 35, girl, it's a whole lie, because you can't get into the service over 35. So I don't know what lie you're telling. But you said he was older than you. So I really just don't believe, we don't believe the story. But girl, the story Liv is telling is that homie is going to the service. Homie doesn't exist. The baby father is hobo.
a bunch of
It's
fuckery with the both of them.
my, you know what my mom told me? I bought home my college boyfriend and it didn't work out. She literally told me not to bring home. She said, I don't want to meet anyone else. My mom was from Haiti. Both my parents are from Haiti. My mom told me, I don't want to meet anyone else until you're getting married. You don't have, she just
That's
basically kind
what's
of said it
up.
like, you don't have to introduce me to no one else, like with much attitude. You don't have to
Yeah.
meet me. You have to introduce us to nobody until you're ready to get married. She wasn't interested.
My mom said I couldn't have a boyfriend until I was 19, and so that made me sneak out.
You know, I didn't have to sneak out, but they weren't really trying to have me bring anybody home to get some food.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. When I was a teenager, before I went to college, and even when I was in college and would come home, I never had to sneak out. I could get up and go whenever I wanted. Obviously, with respect, I would never leave the house at 2 o'clock in the morning or anything like that. Um, but let me tell you something. Um, we didn't have overnight guests of the opposite sex in our home like that. We did not do that. We did not have sex. I didn't have sex in my parents' house until I brought my husband home. And I don't even know if we had sex before we actually got married at my parents' house. Obviously we did, because we had our daughter and we were living together. But at the end of the day, gosh, by the time we would get to New Jersey, we'd be so tired. but maybe once or twice, because we were trying to think about it. I was like, did we ever do it at my parents' house? I had that respect for my parents until the day they died. Just to be honest, I had respect for my parents' house. I had respect for them. At the end of the day, they laid that foundation. They laid that foundation deep, thick, and hard. At the end of the day, I have respect, absolute parental respect, until both of my parents were laid to rest. And my mom told me never not to bring home any babies. And after she met my college boyfriend, she didn't want to meet anyone else until I was getting married. And she didn't meet anyone else until she met my husband. So, that was that on that. But yeah, it's serious, guys. Um, laying a solid foundation for your kids and doing what you say and saying and letting them see you live out what you say. If you're saying one thing and doing another, it's going to be hard, because they're going to have resentment because you're giving them a benchmark that you're not even following. But in terms of, um you know like, look, I did this so you don't have to. Ease yourself, I see you. Shouts out to Haiti. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, it's a fine line, but you guys know, with daughters and sons and things like that, you got to walk it like you talk it. I mean, that's just it at the end of the day. If you want respect, walk it like you talk it. None of us are perfect. All of us mess up. People don't, we fall short, we mess up, we change our minds. We take a walk on the wild side one day, but we're going to pay for it one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So either you're going to pay for it in respect, losing credibility, being called out, having your kids be mad at you, whatever. However, just understand that it's a discipline. It all comes down to discipline at the end of the day. um just trying to do what's right every single day. But if you fall short, yeah, own it. Just own it. They didn't want
Mm-hmm.
nobody sitting on their couch. They
Yep,
didn't want me
same
bringing
thing.
anyone home until I knew that was going to be my husband. And then when I did bring someone home, it turned out to be my husband. I didn't bring home anyone else for, like, I don't even know, it could have been 20 years. It
Dang,
was like,
Sarah.
yeah, my college boyfriend, and then me and my husband got married. We had Farah. I was 40, and we got married 2 years later. So I was, girl,
Wow.
but I mean, they'd met him, but they met him before we had the
So
baby,
you
obviously.
didn't
But
you didn't introduce them to
she
nobody.
said, she meant it. Like, don't bring anyone else here. Like, I don't need to meet nobody else. She
See.
was funny. My mom, I mean, she meant it. Like, you don't have to bring nobody over here. So yeah, like, that was it. Like, we don't want to get used to anybody.
My thing
You
is
know?
this, like I don't know, like I met one of my daughter's boyfriends, Nay, and they're like they're scared of you. You're so mean. It's not that I'm mean, but like I don't really want to meet you neither. Let me just get my son to come over here and he can meet you. So
Right, right. You want to meet someone so bad?
yeah, right. You don't need to come here. Don't
Okay.
ring my goddamn doorbell. Don't none of it. Don't even come here. Okay, none of
Right.
that.
With the BS. Right, because they need to know that what they do need to know, though, is that you're loved, and
Right,
that people are concerned about you. Because I
right.
think that for any of the ladies out here, when a guy thinks that no one's checking for you, when he thinks that no one cares, like, it may not be like in the forefront of their mental, but when no one's calling and checking on Sunday, you're not going anywhere for Sunday dinner, especially when you're young. When they think that nobody is checking for you, you're like a prime target for them to try to take
Mhm,
advantage of you,
mhm. Yep.
whether it's your money, your vehicle, your household, any of those things. So definitely, it's important when you're dating, make sure you always take a break to go to your sisters, go to your mothers, go to your aunts, have some business, because you don't need someone who is not committed laying around on your. It might feel nice to have someone in the house, and it might feel like you are playing house, but just
Right.
remember, when you're playing house, you are playing house. Don't give the benefits of your groceries, your bank account, your body, sleeping over. If you want to have sex, girl, do it. At the end of the day, don't let people sleep up in your house. Don't let people have 2 and 3 days in your shower, all that stuff. Send him home to his mama's house. If you are grown enough to have your own place and you got someone who's staying with their mom, don't let someone slick stay at your house.
Right,
Make them go home. If he wants to have his own place, let him get his own place or be serious with you to where he's moving in and paying his way. So, that's the way I look at it. Your place is for you. Your groceries
right.
are
That's your
for you.
sanctuary.
Your
That's right.
provisions, when you're 20, you're not making a lot of money. I don't care if you're making good money for 20. That's your money for retirement, to buy
Right.
some cute damn Fashion Nova, buy yourself a purse. Why are you spending it on extra food for a grown ass man who got food at the house his mama bought?
Right. A big
You
boy,
know
a
what I'm
big a
saying?
big man child, big man child.
Girl, if you want a hobby, start a YouTube channel. You want a
Right.
hobby, go work out. You want a hobby, get a dog. You want I needed something to do. I got a dog. My dog is 15 years old. So
Oh,
just
she
imagine.
is?
Yeah, mommy is so I got one of those cute nicknames, Mommy and
I know, I
Portia.
know, I
So
know.
mommy is 15 and Portia will be a year
I know. She's so
in
cute,
May.
little.
Yeah, she's a cutie
Wow.
pie.
Yes, I hear her in the background sometimes.
Portia is a mess. So yeah, guys, at a certain point in my life, I needed some more, and this was leading right up to when my husband and I moved in together. Um, but there was a couple of years, in between then that I was kind of bored. Maybe I was even feeling a little lonely. I was working a lot, but I needed something to do, and I got mommy. Mommy was my best little friend. I used to take her for walks. It was a reason to get home on time, not stay at work late, all of those things. It gave me something to do because I was a 30-year-old with no kids and waiting for Mr. Right to show up or do what he needed to do to present himself to where we were going to be together. And it took a minute, and in the meanwhile, in the meantime, I got myself a beautiful dog who has been my best friend, little companion ever since. Mommy has been with me a long way. Okay. And let me tell you something, the love of a wonderful puppy friend can, help bridge some time when you're waiting and or you just need some good company. You need someone to go to the park with and have an excuse to go walk the neighborhood and get some air and be a little bit more active and all of those things. So it is what it is. But guys, yeah, don't underestimate the power of having a wonderful man's best friend in the home. If you're a dog person, it's life changing.
She
But
is. She cute
yeah,
though.
it's ladies, don't let a man be your hobby. Don't make somebody
Right.
don't have some guy who is not even calling you his girlfriend, hasn't brought you to his mama's house, um have you making him into your pet project. And then you turn around and now you got a baby. When Mr.
Right.
Right was maybe outside living two doors down in the next apartment. He was just waiting for an opportunity to meet up with you at the mailbox. And then now you got a Dusty. You met it. Do you imagine how life is? Do you imagine you're living in an apartment complex and Mr. Right is watching you get in the car every day and he's like, wow, she's gorgeous. I just can't seem to catch her. Or maybe I need to get my nerve up to maybe not seem like a creep and say, hey, want to go out, want to go get a margarita or something and not seem weird, right? But you bring home a Dusty. You never know what is around the corner, who sees you at the grocery store, who is noticing the essence of you. But sometimes because people are thirsty AF, they go for the first person that winks an eye, the first person that wants to look. If you met some creep at the club and you just had to bust down, send his ass home. Like, that doesn't have to be your man just because. I mean, guys, come on, girl. Stop making everything into a long-term commitment. I'm not saying you need to be out here, play girling it out, but at the end of the day, everyone doesn't need a title. Okay? Every guy doesn't need to be your boyfriend. Okay? I know we're trained that we shouldn't be out here being loose, but just like if you're loose with that box, just be real about it. But you don't have to give a title out to every single guy. And I'm certainly not saying be a slut either. But at the end of the day, you could have Mr. Right wanting to come and approach you. There might be some guy at work who works across the hall in another department and he's seen you. He just hasn't been able to catch you at the right moment. And you met a Dusty 2 nights ago at the club and he never left. Okay? Or you met some guy that you used to like in high school and you met up with him one day when he got his rejection letters from the overseas basketball team, and you invited him home and he never left, and now you've got 3 kids, an outside baby later, a whole mess, 2 books, a novel, a damn dissertation, and a couple of pamphlets, and look what's happening. Okay. Club. You know what I mean? Keep your eyes open. I always tell the ladies on Sunday, that's when men go buy beer for the games. That's when they're going to buy chicken. That's when you run into guys at the store, because men we all know on Sunday we've already shopped. We've already ordered our groceries. We've already picked everything up. The men are out shopping last minute. So be at the grocery store, look cute, have your nice perfume on, a little cute twin set, have something nice on, look approachable, and live your life with a smile on your face. And someone is going to approach you.
Well, wait, I'm about I'm gonna be at the grocery store.
Girl, you said the FedEx guy was sounding kind of suspect. Oh, he turned out to be okay. No good.
He needed a ride and shit.
Girl,
and he
bye.
was trying to rub up on my knee, and then he was sending me kissy faces on the first day. Like, yo, you doing too much. You know what I mean? Like, listen,
he was trying too hard.
He was trying way too hard, girl. I can't, and I don't like those clingy ones.
You know what? That sometimes is your test to make sure you test in your gangster that you are over it.
You're
so
right.
Don't even be mad. That was just your test to make sure you are over the dusties. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm still gonna go to the grocery store. I mean, okay, so if I go there on Sunday, what should I be looking for? Like, okay, if he buying,
no, just go shopping.
Just go.
Okay.
Don't even look. Okay.
If he's got a girlfriend, he's not going to be at the store. He's not
okay.
gonna. If he's buying chicken and beer and stuff like that, he's single. He's got to be, because even like, okay, I'm a talk in 3 mommies terms. The other day, Jasmine was on the way to the store. She got a Dusty at the house, so she was on the way to the store to buy the steaks. Chris isn't going to the store. He's a bum. Okay.
Right, okay.
He's a bum, and she wants to play housewife. So she's in the car. Instead of him bringing the groceries home for the in-house date, instead of him doing it, she's doing it, which is wrong. Number 2, because she has a lot of male energy and she's a pick-me, she probably even volunteered to do it. So a man who is going to have a woman over is probably not buying chicken and beer. He might be in the wine aisle. He might be buying something different or ordering food. So, but I would say chicken, beer, chips, guy food. He's single. He's getting ready to have the guys over to watch a game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But just be yourself. I mean, if you see someone interesting, I would say have a smile on your face. But to me, I don't recommend approaching a guy.
No, I wouldn't do that.
It's not the right energy. Let them come to you. If a man sees you and he's attracted to you, he's going to say something. And I promise you, if it's meant to be, you will run into that person again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to remember, like, our circles are kind of small, and we see people, and then you could meet someone that's like, oh, I saw you at the grocery store. I never thought I'd see you again. Or they'll walk to you at the getting into your car.
Okay.
You just never know. But I would it's just nice to be available, but it's also just good for your self-esteem to go out. You look gorgeous right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like, just always go out feeling good. I mean, I'm not, look, we wear bonnets up in here. I don't wear bonnets outside. I think it's a whole kind
me
of,
too.
it's a thing. If you must and you're sick and you're not feeling well, girl, go in the bonnet. But at the end of the day, don't expect the best when you're not at your best. But some, shit happens. Excuse my language, girl. I use the cursey words. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can
Um,
curse, girl.
but stuff happens. But I just always suggest, be in your feminine self. I mean, you don't have to wear a dress, but just try to look nice. If you know that you are available out here and you want to attract a nice man to speak to you, brush your hair before you leave. Make sure you're, what I'm saying? Like, just cross your T's, dot your
Right,
I's. You know
right.
what I mean? Um, because the guys that are bums, they're not going to approach you like that. Sometimes some men will just be like, "You're so pretty." I don't want to say anything. I just want to let you know, wow, you smell really good. And they know not to take it any further because they know they're not qualified. They see what type of ride you got. They see how you're living. They just want to acknowledge that you're beautiful, and they leave it at that. And then some people will take it a step further because they already know they may meet the qualification. Bums, most men will rule themselves out because they know you're out of their league, right?
Right,
But I
right.
just think that when you show up a certain type of way, your nice handbag, you got your pretty jewelry on, and the smile on your face, you're handling business. They already know what's up. When you
Dusties
look
will drop off
unapproachable, mad,
automatically.
cussing someone out on the cell phone, girl, nobody's checking. They're just like, oh, okay, you were busy. You were busy, or you didn't, or you're just not what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? So, but the grocery store, I've recommended it on several occasions, and I've had people write me and tell me, I went to the grocery store on Sunday, I took your advice, and I'm going on a date.
Oh, for
So
real?
yes, I literally have testimonials. Yes, absolutely. I
Dang.
took your advice. I went to the store. I was looking. You know why it was full? Because it was the biggest game day of the year. Men go shopping on game day. Ladies, we don't have to be like the men, but like any good consumer, you do your homework. If you know that men go shopping on game day and like Monday nights because they need to eat, they're not ordering food, they don't have a girlfriend at home taking care of them, they don't have a wife at home taking care of them, they're in the grocery store. You see a man looking like he just came from work and he's not carrying like sanitary napkins and like cake mix and silly stuff, girl, he's single. If he's carrying beer and chicken, like you can tell, bachelor food, chips, stuff like that. Guys will go out to order food in a minute more than us ladies do because we want to make home. We cook. It's just more in our nature. But there are men that cook. But I'm just saying, game day is a sheer sign of a bachelor. If a man has a woman, she's shopping. Look at Jasmine. She was out doing what? Shopping. It's just in our nature. We're the food gatherers, okay? My point about Jasmine, it was date night, and Jasmine was covering date night because she's in her male energy and she dates a bum. But yes, your boyfriend is right, or your husband is right, Miss Blue. The store was full of men, or your fiance, because they were getting game day food, and your fiance wants to be a husband. So what was he doing? Trying to please his future wife and going to the store. Now what you sent for to the store is different from what the single guys are getting. It might be a mix of those things, but bachelors will just be shopping different. Men who've got girlfriends and families, yeah, you're buying like Cocoa Puffs and things like that. There's different things on the list, and as someone who needs to I spy the details, you guys just learn what's in a bachelor's buggy versus a married guy or a not single guy, okay? Because at the end of the day, they're both what? Not available. If someone's married and has a girlfriend, keep it pushing. Someone wants to pay you a compliment, they got a wedding band on, thank you, bye. Like, thank you, keep walking. Don't fall for the okie doke, okay? That's called the okie doke, and that's called a test. All right? Make no mistake, that's a test. And if you want a whole bunch of testimonies, keep making these tests into lifestyles. Don't make a lifestyle test into a lifestyle testimony. And now you're looking at wrinkles and a whole lot of wasted time later. Don't do that. Don't do that. Looking good, and I met somebody.
Y'all gonna be like, what you doing today, April? It's Sunday. Bitch, I'm at the grocery store. What you talking about?
Right. Or I'm booed up. I'm booed up. I met someone 2 weeks ago.
Grocery store every
I am booed up.
Sunday.
Exactly. I'm telling you, because the families are at church. We as ladies have already gone grocery shopping. We've ordered. There's nobody in the grocery store but single guys. Single guys on a Sunday, they're getting ready to watch a basketball game, football game. Go on like a game day, game night, because they're stopping to get their food to eat while they are watching sports.
Now I'm gonna be keeping up on the sports channel just so I could figure out what game night it is.
Yes, you have to.
I didn't even know all of this. Like, seriously.
Yes. But yeah, sis sounds little sis sounds pretty. I don't know. I think she sounds miserable. The 23-year-old is sad. She's getting ready to have 4 kids.
Yeah.
Living at mom's. That cannot be fun. When
Ooh, that's a lot of kids to be living at your house.
Girl,
I don't know. The mom is hiding out in the room. I think I would just run away. I would run away, leave the house, and just leave. Here, you can have the house. You need it more than I do. I think I would just leave. I would run away.
I can't imagine.
I wouldn't be watching all them kids. I wouldn't be watching all them little kids for sure.
When I was 23, remember how they used to have Freaknik in Atlanta?
Yes!
And then they would have the Greek picnic in Philly. And then they would have something going on in Virginia Beach.
Yep. Well,
that's what I was doing at 23. Like, we were having fun. 23, 4 kids. What?
That's a lot of kids at 23. That's a lot. I mean, if
these
you're married,
kids now,
okay, I don't know.
23, the young women, they're going to Tulum. They're going to Dominican Republic. I would be mad if I were 23 looking on Instagram and seeing people having fun. Last thing I would be trying to have is a baby at 23 years old. I would be trying to figure out how I'm getting to Tulum and where my next bathing suit's coming from. I would not even be thinking bike rally. Girl, the bike rally at Myrtle Beach. Okay. That's what I was doing, girl. I was busy. It was like, oh, okay, it's Mardi Gras time. Yeah, we would have fun.
Yeah. Those are good old days. I remember those. I had one kid, but I still, I still got around. He come with me, but still, sometimes you don't want to bring them always.
Well, it was more portable. You can get a babysitter with one kid. 5 kids, girl, bye.
5. My mother would have looked at me like I was crazy. Like, I don't think so. Not today.
You're a whole mother. You cannot go anywhere.
Sometimes I look at my son like that, like, oh, I'm busy.
Yeah, you have to.
It's a lot, yeah.
You have to. Is that your son's daughter that you have? The little baby?
No.
She's so cute.
My granddaughter is from my daughter Tati. That's Tinky's sister.
Okay.
But my son Jerron, he's the oldest. He has 3 sons. So they're 9, 3, and 1. He has 3 sons with his wife, and so they all have the same mother.
Okay.
But sometimes I look at him like, not today, because then I got them 3, then I got these 2. That makes 5 grandkids over here. Could you imagine? My edges are already thin. I would have pulled the rest of them out.
Well, I am always looking for a responsible looking teenager or young 20-something. They all look like possible babysitters to me. Like, I'm just like, girl, we don't get sitters a lot, and now our daughter's at a certain age. She can go over and spend the night with her cousins and stuff, but
because she's old. Right.
I wonder if this is someone who guys want some advice, because it sped up a little bit because number 1, time. Number 2, I just dropped the link to the original broadcast. Guys, this was such a great conversation. Muffin was live for a little over 2 hours. I was on her panel for maybe about 40 minutes or so. This is not the end of the conversation. I'm going to speed up closer to the end when I'm getting ready to jump off. But go ahead, go check out the full conversation. You heard mostly most of it, and this is kind of like my additional commentary on the topic. But I really appreciated her having me on. It was so nice. And she's such a doll. And I really, really appreciate the fellowship and sisterhood of her inviting me to her panel. And Muffin, I just want to thank you for having me. But we're going to listen to just a couple more minutes. And guys, I dropped the link, so go check her out. Make sure you let her know Bougie Gang up in this thing, okay? And she's also a mod here too. So but she's 3 hours behind us. So oftentimes when I'm live, she is, just getting up. I think she said she's brushing her hair. But she's so funny. I just love her. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and finish this out. I hope that you're having a wonderful day when you're listening to this. If you're on the replay, it's really funny to hit the like button. How involved I get on this internet, because that's so not me. Like normally I'll listen, but you know what I mean? I'm like a very
It's a difference though.
Yeah. So, but yeah, with my siblings, it's not sibling rivalry like competing, but it's more just the, like you said, like your oldest son can check the younger kids. I'm the one that's more like the glue, so everyone feels like they can talk to me. I'm the one that kind of gets the burdens of everyone telling me their business.
Okay.
So yeah, it's interesting. Sibling relationships are real interesting.
I've never had to encounter any of that, and I'm kind of glad, because I don't know how I would take it. And see, I'm very vocal, so if my sister was to ever be like that with me, I probably would attack her. You know, I mean, I've said things to her, like my mom has said, well, she don't spend time with me, she's always with her boyfriend, and I went off on her for it. And so she doesn't. My sister knows I'm very aggressive, so she knows not to argue with me. But if you don't spend time with my mom, yeah, I don't verbally attack her, but I'll let her know, like, yo, you need to go there and hang out with mom. So
guys, yeah, spend time with mom and dad while they're here, because once they're gone, okay. So you're the checker. So
I'm the
checker. Yeah,
I'm the checker for sure.
Once mom and dad are gone, they're gone, guys. Keep you. I've enjoyed this. This was so much fun. This was so. Thank you for having me. And thank you for what do you call your what are we called over here at Muffins? Like, do we have a name?
I call them
the divas and the devos. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start to shut this down. Guys, thank you so much for coming to enjoy this I guess a rebroadcast. My reaction to me over at Muffin is My Lovers. I just pinned it in the comments. So guys, definitely go and check her out. Go check out the full live. It was an excellent live. She goes live once a week, and then she drops lots of other content, guys. So for sure, go check her out. She's cool people, like we say up in New York. She's cool people, and we love her. And she's just an awesome lady. She's just an all around awesome lady. And again, I appreciate her, because it's not often that I get to panel up with someone. And I used to do that a lot when I first started here on YouTube. But YouTube a lot of times turns out to be like a very solo expedition, and that's okay, because I love it like that too. But at the end of the day, it's so nice to kind of be company and not have to run the board and all of those things, and not have to lead the conversation and have someone ask me some questions, like talk about me for a change. And that was really, really nice, and I appreciate it so much. Guys, don't forget to like this live. If you guys enjoy conversation like this, we can do this again. This is not just a one time. We're not just a one trick pony over here. We don't just talk mommies, okay? At the end of the day, if you like commentary like this, go ahead, show me. Put your actions, walk it like you talk it, hit that like button, share it, support it, let me know down below, make sure to comment, and definitely go check sis out if you want to check out the full interview, guys, with Muffins is My Lovers. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time I come back on, and that will be sooner than you might think. Okay.